Welcome, everybody, to Respawn Please, the weekly video game podcast where two dum-dums come to talk all things video games. I'm your host, Jesus, and with me, as always, is El. El, did I leave out a word? Because I feel like I did.
I think you did. Don't remember which one. It seemed like it came up a little short, but
I think I missed something. Anyway, it's not important. How you doing?
I'm good. Back again to talk about video games. Other than that, man, I'm happy to be back. I'm excited because there's a couple things. Well, really one thing that we're going to talk about today mainly, but it's, we're getting towards the end of the year and, reflecting back, which we'll probably do next episode or the episode after, into next year, whatever. It's been a great year for gaming, and it's crazy how because I feel like the year before this year, it was a kind of okay year, and it felt like it bounced back even stronger this year of just all the great games that came out.
Yeah, I agree. God of War came out last year, right? Elden Ring came out last year too.
Yes, if I remember correctly. But see, that was the year where it was mostly only like those big titans. Like there was Elden Ring in early, and then you waited a little bit. Then it was God of War. But in between, it kind of felt, not to disrespect anybody, but it felt a lot of filler. It felt like it didn't really feel like great substance, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we picked Plague Tale as our game of the year. So
yeah, we did. Yeah,
Plague Tale Rec Room.
Great game.
Oh yeah,
great game.
You have any regrets about that?
For what, last year?
Yeah. I don't.
No, man, because I don't think so. Just because I still think it's a great game with two great with a bunch of cast of characters in there. I think it's still really great.
Yeah, I actually take that back. I do have one regret. I should not have put it as my number one. I should have put I Was a Teenage Exocolonist as number one.
That's right.
It was my obscure game that you were like, what is this?
Yeah, I was like, what is this game?
It's an indie game. And I've already made my list for 2023 Game of the Year stuff.
I saw.
And I have another obscure, it's not really obscure because it's nominated at the Game Awards on my list for my Game of the Year stuff at rank number 3. I'm not going to say what it is right now. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't expect you to have that on your list at all. Because I'm pretty sure
I looked at it and I was like, I've never heard of it.
Yep. To be fair, I was a Teenage Exocolonist last year, was a game that I played right at the end of the year. And it was just such an incredible experience. And the same thing happened with this. This game came out, the game, I'll just say it. A Space for the Unbound came out at the beginning of the year. But I completed it a week and a half ago. And man, it's something. It's something, man. It's special. So I had started playing it at the beginning of the year and kind of fell off of it. And then when I saw that it got nominated, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get back to this and play this and complete it. And I did. And it was worth it.
Nice.
In every shape and way. Yeah. Anyways.
Nice.
That's not our topic today. Our topic.
No.
Our topic is big and important. It is Grand Theft Auto 6. Because Rockstar tweeted out a lovely image the other day. I can't remember what day, on December 1st. So yesterday. I guess 2 days ago at this point. No, yesterday, right? I don't know. What does time mean anymore?
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
What does time mean anymore? They tweeted out trailer 1, Tuesday, December 5th, 9 a.m. Eastern time. L, as the big GTA fan, you often cite Grand Theft Auto, what is it, 3 as one of your favorite games of all time, if not your favorite game of all time. Yeah. So as what does this do for you? What does this do for you?
So this is a long time coming. You ever imagine, how maybe like your parents or even their parents, they grew up knowing what seems like much simpler life. You work at a factory or you work at some place for 50 plus years just to get retirement and just to coast into the sunset. This is what this feels like.
Is that okay? So you feel like you're retiring. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, finally. It's like finally we're close to the end of this road where it felt like it was a long time coming, you know. It's interesting because, you know, I think if I remember correctly, before they made the announcement, so for example, like I guess maybe just with time, you know, technology advances and stuff like that. So like GTA 3 came out. I can't remember what the development time on it was back then. I don't think it was super long, but I think it was maybe like a couple years or something. And then Vice City shortly after came out along with San Andreas. But you kind of slowly started to see the gap in between games slowly extend, especially with 4 to 5. And then now, especially 5 going into 6. It's taken the longest. I think it's been over 10 years, if I remember correctly, since 5 came out.
Around there.
Whenever. But it's been interesting because I think 5 came out, and then I think, of course, which I understand with Rockstar is, you know, with the GTA 5 online, the GTA Online community and just all the stuff that they did, and they were kind of like in the same way that sometimes maybe like, I don't know if you ever expected this, but like with Steam and Valve and stuff with Half-Life wanting the Half-Life 3 to come out, which they reached a certain point where they were so successful they didn't need to make, you know, Half-Life 3 or anything. They were just like, well, we don't have to do this.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with GTA 5 where they were like, wow, we're making so much money from this that we actually do not have to even worry about 6 for a very long time. And they milked it, and they're still milking 5 and the online community stuff to this day, just like adding extra online missions and stuff. But I digress. I'm excited because it does feel like, man, it's been a long time. Because if let me see, GTA 5 came out, October 1st of 2013. So it's been 10 years, a little over 10 years. And wait, is that 5? No, I'm sorry. GTA 5 came out September of 2013. So yeah, so still a little over 10 years. It's just, man, I'm excited for it. It gets me like excited because I always, me personally, of course, as you know, I do love the GTA series of like that open world with the story. Even though like the stories aren't like super like strong, like I'd say as a God of War or like a Plague Tale series or like any other first person or just third person perspective game where the stories are stronger. I just love the world of it, you know? And no, it gets me excited because, yeah, it feels like a long time coming. Just like so much work going into it. And it's been over 10 years. It's literally been a whole decade since the last Grand Theft Auto 5's come out. So all that to say that, yeah, I'm excited. Like I'm excited for what's to come for the series.
Nice. Yeah, I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably one of the only people in the world that will say this, that I'm like, it's whatever. I'm going to play it, like, for sure. Like, I know I'm going to play it. I've never really completed a GTA game. Like, I think GTA 4 and maybe GTA 3 are the only two that I've really completed.
Okay.
Never completed GTA 5, never completed Vice City. No, I completed San Andreas. I've completed San Andreas and GTA 4. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like Grand Theft Auto, like never doesn't hold a special place in my heart at all. Like I do think like they're great games. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying that or anything.
Yeah.
So like for me, the excitement level of GTA 6, again, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. In fact, it's probably going to be a 10 out of 10. Everyone's going to love it and all that and stuff. But like, yeah, I'm mildly excited, I guess. I don't know. I'm just like, and whatever. It's going to come out. I'll play it, and I'm sure we're going to have a long, lengthy discussion about it. And then I'll move on with my life because I probably will never finish it because I just haven't really finished. I haven't really finished any Rockstar game besides San Andreas and GTA 4. I love Red Dead Redemption 2 way more than any GTA game. Never completed Red Dead Redemption 2. So like, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why I can't complete Rockstar games. Like, there's no reason not to. Maybe that's what I should do. Just go back and play them and complete them. But like, yeah, I've never been a GTA person because like when GTA was hot, like with 3 and Vice City and San Andreas, and I mean, I guess it's still hot now, but like during that time, they were exclusive to PlayStation, you know, and I didn't have a PlayStation. I had an Xbox. So
exactly,
like, I was just like, oh yeah, I would go to a friend's house. I don't know, like, I would go to a friend's house and just play them there, but I had never like had them at home or anything like that. I think whenever San Andreas came out on PC, my dad got it on PC for me, and that's why I completed San Andreas. But like, and then GTA 4 came out on Xbox 360 at launch, right? So I played it there on Xbox 360. But even then, it was just like whatever. So yeah, that's all to say that I'm indifferent. I'm the only person in the world that probably is, which is a shame, because like, you know, the buzz is crazy for this. Like everybody's like everybody's seemingly excited for this. You know, it's like, yes, GTA 6. Hopefully, I'm gonna laugh at Rockstar because like they still haven't said if it's GTA 6. They just have stuff. It's gonna probably be GTA Vice City 2. That's what they're gonna call it. They're gonna call it GTA 6. They're gonna call it GTA Vice City 2. That'd be funny. But with that said, I do have a couple questions for you, Al, as the person who is the excited one, who is more knowledgeable about the series as a whole than I am. I guess my first question is, what do you want them to show in this first trailer? Like, what do you want out of this first trailer? Do you just want a vibe of the city? Like, do you just want like see the city, see landscapes? That's sort of like what they did with GTA 5 when they first showed off GTA 5. It was just, we're going to give you the vibe of what it's going to be like being in the city. So with like this being theoretically another Vice City, like that's the expectation, right? To be a Vice City area. Do you want to see like Vice City? What do you want to see?
So with this kind of going back to Vice City, in a way, I'm definitely expecting, I'm not expecting much from the first trailer, to be honest. I think they're going to kind of go the route that they would with GTA 5, where they just tease us a little bit with maybe different aspects of the city. It'd be cool to, I think maybe they'll show off like the main characters that you play as, since from the rumors, it's supposed to be 2 characters, a man and a woman, but I want, it'd be cool. What I would like to see, of course, is seeing Vice City. It'd be cool if they kind of went to old locations from Vice City, of like just, you know, new and updated. Like from Vice City, there's like that lawyer's office. If you remember that lawyer who was like he's with Tommy Vercetti. I forget what's his name. Ken Rosenberg, and or is it Ken? No, it's Ken Rosenberg. But it'd be cool if they like showed like certain offices or like certain just memorable locations from like the earlier game. Even if they showed like maybe some B-side characters of like just people from the original game, if they were still alive, from what I remember from the story. But what I'm expecting to see from this is, of course, a lot of location. Maybe the occasional look at your character, the either the man or the woman or both. And then just like maybe showing off a couple things of like stuff that you can do in the city. Maybe whether that be cool new things that they're going to introduce. You don't have to go, they're not going to go into a deep dive into it, but it'd be cool if they showed off like, ooh, here's something cool that's added into the game, that you couldn't do in previous games. I am expecting a voiceover from this trailer, because I think it'll probably kind of be like 5 in a way where, what's his name? Michael, I think he voiced over the first trailer, if I remember correctly, the guy who played Michael in 5. But yeah, I'm expecting to see just like some familiar locations, maybe maybe 1 or 2 familiar faces, and just kind of like, because I think this is kind of a zoomed out trailer where it's just going to show you maybe like the vastness of the location of where this is taking place, and then just some stuff that you can do. And maybe like a little bit of the story, but I don't think they'll go into the story too much, since this is like the first trailer. Because from what I remember from 5's first trailer, I just remember the parachuting, and I remember like the Hollywood, the Hollywood sign,
Vinewood,
Vinewood, sorry, the Vinewood sign.
Was it Vinewood?
And then
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I think it was Vinewood. And then just showing off a bunch of the locations of stuff, you know, it wasn't too crazy. And so because I think what they're going to do is they're going to do that because I think it's a formula for success because everybody's already waiting and they're going to slowly just tease it. And then you probably won't hear from Rockstar till next year, maybe until you get another trailer.
They're going to drop it. They're going to drop trailer 1 in December. Yep. And then around March, they'll drop trailer number 2. And then probably May or June, they'll drop another trailer. And then they'll drop another trailer probably like August, September. And then the game will come out. Right?
Exactly.
That'll probably be what happens. No. And they're just, they'll be each one is going to be a slice of something different, I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
I do think like with trailer 1, it's probably going to just be a vibe check. Like this is what we envision Vice City is now in 2023/2024, 2025, whenever the game actually comes out. This is what we envision what Vice City would be in our world now. Compared to what it was in 2004, right? Yeah. 2003, 2004, whenever it came out originally. Vice City.
Let me.
So like, I think what would be really cool if something they did was like they start with the old gameplay footage of Vice City.
Oh yeah.
And then you have somebody go, "You thought you knew Vice City." And then you hit the music, you hit some like bopping music because they always have, you know, bops in their trailers and stuff. They hit the music and you're just like, this is the vibe. And it like transforms into like what Vice City is today. I think that would be dope as hell.
Exactly. No,
I don't think they would do that, but that's like in my brain space. I'm like, that would be dope as hell. Like start with just original game footage and just have like a voiceover of one of the characters, whether it's the male or the female character or whatever, just going, Vice City's changed so much. It's just like some kind of dialogue that like hints to what was old coming into what's new. Unfortunately, they can't get the what's his name, Ray Liotta for
Liotta,
because unfortunately
for Vercetti, Tommy Vercetti,
yeah. I mean, unless he like secretly recorded lines before he passed away.
Entirely possible, that would be crazy.
It is. Like, it's like everybody's like they thought Cocaine Bear was his last movie. No. His last thing that he did was Grand Theft Auto 6. He wanted to come back.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, unfortunately,
God.
If they did have his character come back, it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
Man, correct me if I'm wrong. Vice City opens up with Michael Jackson's song, right?
Yeah, I think so. Or no, it was
wasn't on Michael Jackson. Who was it?
No, it was some 80s song. Either it wasn't Welcome to the Jungle. It was what is that song? Is it the I Ran So Far Away song? Do you remember I Ran?
Oh yeah, maybe that was what it was. I don't know why I thought it was Michael Jackson.
I forgot the name of the band that does
Michael Jackson songs in that. The game.
No, I think they actually did. I think they actually had one, if I remember correctly. I can look it up real quick.
I can't remember, man. It's been so long, and I just, for some reason in my brain, I thought there was Michael Jackson's music in Vice City. I don't know why. Again, I don't know shit about Grand Theft Auto that much, so yeah. I remember being frustrated with like the planes and Vice City was the worst. Like the little objectives that you had to do. That always pissed me off. I hated those. That's why I didn't ever complete the game. I got so angry at them.
That's no, yeah. It's so interesting to me, like just the progression, because like even even with like if you look back at 3, where like 3 you could never go into the water because you would just die. I guess your main character couldn't swim, but and then like scared of water, and then the only plane that you could fly in 3 was a Dodo. And it was like one of those like water planes where it would just go down and up, and you kind of had to like finagle it to make it fly. And then Vice City introduced boats and stuff like that. But I still think you died if you went into the water, if I remember correctly.
San Andreas was the first one to introduce, because I remember that being a big deal. You can go dive and find hidden objects underwater.
Exactly. And it never made sense to me back then of like, why can't he swim? Like what? But
I mean, that's the case for any game where like there's people
True.
like that can't swim. Like you just die, you go into the water, you die. Like
exactly, yeah.
It's like because we didn't have the technology to make people swim, but you had it in Mario 64. You sons of bitches.
Exactly. Exactly.
You couldn't make it work in this game. Anyways.
Exactly.
But yeah. So my next question here, like with this being trailer 1, do you think it's going to be set in modern times? Do you think this is going to be a GTA 6 set in a 2023, 2024, 2025 time period? Or do you think they make it like a 90s setting, you know, they were 80s in the original Vice City, right? It was 80s.
Yeah.
Do they go with like a 90s vibe rather than bring you into modern day? You know, because GTA 5 was modern day. GTA 4 was modern day. Well, modern day for the time, right?
Exactly.
Was GTA 4? Yeah.
No, GTA 4 was
90s, wasn't it? Yeah.
And I want to say it was either the 90s or the early 2000s, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It's hard, but it's still, from what I remember, because I think it was a little bit, because if I remember from the story, Nico was coming, you know, to Liberty City after
that's the name of the
being
city.
in a war. Yeah, Liberty City.
I can't remember the names of these things. So
it's so funny. And but I remember it was still a little bit old because, like, in the game, I remember the phones. You had a cell phone, but it wasn't like a very
you did have a cell phone. So yeah, you would have had to be like at least late 90s, early 2000s at the very least.
Exactly.
So yeah, do you think
that's what I think
we could get Vice City where it's like a period piece where it is like firmly like early 90s, mid 90s? Go back to the 70s, you know? Go back to the 60s. Be cool. You know, I don't know if they would ever do that because, like, yeah, I think that would be a cool vibe just like to do that. I do think, with all that said, I do think it's going to be set in like a more modern period where they can have more things because, like, obviously, like having a cell phone is like a staple of GTA 4 and 5 at this point.
Yeah.
You know, like they have like that's basically how you navigate the menus in GTA 5, right? You have the cell phone that you pull out and you can save it through that and blah blah blah.
Exactly.
I guess they have like the start menus too, but yeah, like in-game stuff, trying to immerse you as much as possible. Because it would be hard to do like a planning routes, you know, like how you can drive around the city and like what is it called?
Vice City or Liberty City?
No. The when you set a route in a car.
Oh, GPS?
GPS, there we go. I wanted to say GPA and I was like, that's not right. What is this last letter? Like what? I guess you couldn't really do that if you did it in like the 90s or anything like that, or in the 70s or anything like that. So it would have to be modern more so than anything. But
yeah,
I don't know. Like, do you think? I mean, again, I think it is going to be a modern setting, but what if it's not? What if they do make it a period?
That'd be cool. I think maybe because it for me that's very nostalgic, and I think that's just like a cool perspective to take. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if 6 took place at the same time that 5 took place in that same time period, just because I think
interesting.
It'd be in 2 different places. I can't remember if it's been confirmed that it because I don't think it's going to be in San Andreas. I think isn't it taking place in Vice City, or was that not confirmed yet?
I mean, from the picture, there's palm trees and stuff. So I mean, you can.
So it looks
assume, Unless was there palm trees in San Andreas? I don't remember.
Yeah, there's probably a couple just because of California, since that's what they took it by the beach and stuff. But I definitely think it's going to be in a different location, just because I think with how much they just kind of milked San Andreas and Vive, they're going to want to reintroduce Vice City, or even Liberty City is more New York style, so it's not in New York or Liberty. So I would say probably
based off of the little image attached to this, it's definitely not going to be in New York. I don't think
exactly.
you really see palm trees just hanging around.
I know.
Maybe
but
you do.
Yeah, but I think that it'd be cool. I think maybe if they did it at the same time, and what they could do as like little Easter eggs is what they used to do in 3 and then on Vice City, and I think even in San Andreas, where like, which they won't do it here, but it'd be cool if every now and then, like in the older games, whenever something went on or something happened, like the radio stations would broadcast like a news notification, like locals discover this event happened or something like that. And maybe like every now and then you could get an Easter egg of like something from like Michael, Trevor, or I forgot the other guy.
Wanted felon Trevor is
exactly Trevor, wanted felon Trevor, whatever his name is. What's his name? Trevor Phillips. Trevor Phillips running rampant in Vinewood, or something like that. But
with his dick out, that'd be like weird.
Exactly, but that'd be cool as to like just random little Easter eggs and stuff. Because I think, I think that would be cool. But I wouldn't be surprised if maybe it took place a little bit after, or maybe even a little bit before. Because if I remember correctly, I know in 5 they introduced. It was after 4 because of there was a character his name was Packy, if I remember correctly. He talked about Nico. And you kind of got a little Easter egg with like him talking about what happened in 4. But I don't know. I think it'll definitely be set. I definitely think it will be set in modern time, and maybe a little bit after 5, because I feel like they keep going slowly moving towards the future. And so I definitely think that it'll be maybe it'll be like a year or a couple years after the events of 5 and stuff,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I fully expect it to be like modern or even with GTA 5. The GTA 5 thing I didn't even consider. It'd be interesting, like maybe they start with like a prologue or something that is GTA 5 adjacent, and then they do a time skip because GTA 5 does a time skip, right? Where it's like what, 20 years later, or something like that, 10, 15 years, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
so maybe they do that here, like where we are in. We start with GTA 5, like in a GTA 5 setting. Maybe we start in San Andreas, and they're like, we're getting the hell out of here, and we're gonna go to Vice City, and then in 10 years, 10 years later, man, this place sucks.
Exactly.
Like I could see that. I could see them doing something like that, and then maybe like, because like with Red Dead Redemption 2, I think is a more sophisticated story than Grand Theft Auto 5. GTA is kind of like off the wall nonsense a lot of the times. It's like very absurd shit. Whereas Red Dead Redemption 2 is very grounded, and like it's off the wall shit too that's happening, but a lot of it is pretty grounded. And I would like to see GTA kind of become more grounded instead of just the off the wall stuff, and make it more personal. Have a Arthur Morgan that is actually like, you can, like, no offense to Michael, Trevor, or what's the other guy's name?
His name is it slipped my mind too. It is Franklin. I was going to call him Frederick. Franklin. Like they're, I guess they're likable, but like they're not an Arthur Morgan where like, I believe in Arthur Morgan. I believe in his journey. I believe in what's happening with him. Like, Trevor, Michael, and Franklin are just kind of there. And like, even with all past GTA games, like even Nico is just kind of there. They weren't like these deep, thoughtful characters in the same vein as an Arthur Morgan or any of the cast in Red Dead Redemption 2, in my opinion. So I would like to see, I think, a GTA 6 or whatever this GTA turns out to be, if it's Vice City 2 or whatever. Like, I would like to see them go with take GTA away, kind of start peeling back that absurdity. Because I think you can still have the absurdity while also telling a very grounded and personal story and journey with these characters. But I don't know where I was going with this. No, you're good. I'd say because I kind of earlier, I think you said something just, of course, like the characters really aren't super grounded. I like to think of Grand Theft Auto. It reminds me, if I had to compare it to like movies, it makes me think of like Fast and Furious, basically, where it's like, Yeah, where it's like a lot of crazy chaotic stuff is going on. Not all of it is going to ever make sense. But for some reason they're all connected and this thing just keeps going. And that's not, for me, some people might say that's a knock on it, but I enjoy it for what it is. Because I think the closest that they came to a deep character for me for Grand Theft Auto was Nico. He kind of had a deep, he felt more of a serious tone. I mean, also too, the city was very much like grungy, very dark, very moody. I don't know if like it ever really got super bright in that world or in that story, just because of like, you know, he actually was trying to make amends for the stuff that he did in the past and trying to find someone who backstabbed him, which if you look at the other games, they're very simple. Like, I mean, it started off as like in like the mafia, the mob type of stuff with GTA 3, where your main character just wanted to, he was just like basically a work for hire, gun for hire. And then Vice City, another mafia one, but set in the 80s. And then 4 was a little bit different with CJ, where he had gotten out of jail trying to deal with San Andreas. Yeah. And
CJ was gang related stuff though, like
gang related stuff.
Then like, yeah.
Then Nico. And then 5 was like, basically Fast and the Furious, because it was like these 3 guys, Michael, Franklin, and Trevor, doing heists because they're just trying to make as much
off
money.
The wall shit, torturing people.
Yeah, exactly. And so with 6, I think maybe hopefully they do bring it back a little bit, which, because I mean it's cool. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they kind of kept it the way that it is, but because I know 3 is my favorite. My second favorite is 4, just because I like the character Nico so much. And I love that story of like his, I guess, redemption, so to speak, of trying to be a better person from where he came from. But it'd be cool if they kind of like brought that back. I think because it definitely adds more, you see better character development and like better, like a better story with that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what they do ultimately. I think another question I have too is how far does Rockstar push with a lot of the jokes and the commentary and the things they make fun of? Like, do you see, because like GTA is known for that. They like this very like absurd, like they poke fun at different groups and different things, from like, you know, what's the Apple equivalent in Grand Theft Auto in 5? I can't remember what it is. Like the guy was just like this really almost like the owner of the company and stuff was like this very absurd dude. And like clearly they were making fun of, like at the time they were making fun of Apple and Microsoft and some extent even Elon Musk and stuff like that. Like just this like absurd dude, CEO of this company. Mark Zuckerberg type character. So like, how far do you think they're going to take that with GTA 6? Like how deep, like, do you see a make San Andreas great again or make Vice City great again movement or something like that? You know,
that would be hilarious. I wouldn't be surprised if I did see that, or even if they still do push it like they, with like the whole Apple comparisons, you know, they're basically making fun of Apple or like Facebook or like Meta and stuff, all that. Or even what if they like, I wouldn't be surprised if they had a character in there that was like to make fun of like a Elon and stuff like that, who's like the, you know, taking over stuff, but like people hate him and stuff like that. Like that would be hilarious. Like I think that actually would be cool to do like a little commentary on the current the way of things. Yeah. And so I definitely think that they will like push that far, because just like knowing Rockstar and like their like certain comedic writing that they have like on certain radio stations, I think they'll push that, or you'll probably see random signs and stuff and certain characters that are like kind of basically like, oh, this is this person, and they're, you know, doing ridiculous things. I could see that a lot.
Yeah. Do you think they this is going to be controversial? And bear with me, just because of like, and this may be dictated by whether or not if they stay in like the time period of GTA 5 or if they do like jump to a more modern period. You know, radio isn't really prevalent. I mean, people like, maybe people still go in the car and listen to the radio and stuff, but now it's like streaming services and stuff and listening to podcasts. Do you think there's like a transformation Do you think we see like what's his name? What's his freaking name? Lilo,
Lilo?
I can't remember his name.
Laszlo?
Laszlo. Do you think he has like a podcast?
Yeah, definitely.
Like he's just like,
I could definitely see him in there.
Laszlo here.
Like,
welcome to the podcast. Like do that kind of
definitely.
shit.
That'd be so funny. Yeah, because he is a recurring character.
Yeah.
I think he's been in every Grand Theft Auto. But that'd be hilarious. Yeah, if he has like a podcast.
Different names.
He'd be like, he's just like, hey, this is Laszlo. And then he could probably comment like, I used to be on this channel. I was the host of whatever talent show, but now I have a podcast. That'd be hilarious. I could definitely see that.
And we're the number one podcast in Vice City, everyone.
Exactly.
Minus your mom. I don't know.
No, that would be funny. I think that would be cool having him. Because I'm excited. That's one of the things that I'm excited for like the radio stations. They call it like the public access radio stations, and so just like because sometimes they'll get like celebrities to come in and like voice a character in a bit or something, and like it's always funny to me to hear like those skits that they do, and so like that's usually the only station I ever have it on because I always like to hear the comedic writing.
Yeah. You what celebrities do you want to make appearance? Like, do you, like if you had your dream celebrity? Because like, what rapper was doing stuff for GTA Online like a couple years ago? Was it Dre? No,
Dr. Dre. I know he voiced like I think like a radio host if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's a rapper a couple years ago doing stuff for GTA Online. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, it was Dr. Dre. Yeah, Dr. Dre. Yeah. It was him.
Yeah. So yeah, I was right.
That'd be cool.
So like, you bring him back, get Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg loves GTA, right? Like, he's talked about it. So get Snoop Dogg in there.
That would make sense. Get Snoop Dogg in there.
Get The Rock. Why not? Get The Rock in there. You know,
that would be funny if The Rock was in there.
Shows up. Like he doesn't. His name's not like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It's like Johnson The Rock Dwayne. And people are just like, what?
Like, that'd be hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they don't even call him The Rock. Maybe it's like it's clearly supposed to be The Rock, but it's like,
of course,
it's even modeled after The Rock, and The Rock voices the character and stuff. But it's some weird thing. Get
no. Yeah, I could see that. That'd be cool. Get The Rock in there. Maybe because I think he's like really big too. Like if they got like a comedian, like they could get The Rock and Kevin Hart in there because they're like buddies, and like get them to do like something or whatever, you know. And I think that'd be funny. As far as like anybody else, it'd be cool. Yeah,
I have one more. And I just wanted to play himself. Like he doesn't have to play anybody. He doesn't have to play a character. Samuel L. Jackson. Just get him in there.
Oh yeah, that would be funny.
He just stopped Samuel L. Jackson. He just comes in as just Samuel L. Jackson. There's like you don't need to have him do anything. No character, no script. He's just hey Sam, come on in and do like I want him to be like on a podcast with Laszlo or something. Just like we got the famous movie star Samuel L. Jackson with us.
That would be funny. I could see that. I know he's like, and he just starts cursing out people.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I could see that. I was gonna say it'd be cool to see hear like voiceovers from like maybe like wrestlers or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm trying to think of like
get some Taylor Swift in there. You know, who's gonna be the equivalent of Taylor Swift? There has to be an equivalent. With how big Taylor Swift is, like the number one artist in the world and shit. Like there's gonna have to be an equivalent to Taylor Swift, right?
Yeah. I guess there's gonna have to be somebody who's just like a big mega star. Maybe you'll do a mission to protect him or something.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. Maybe they call her Baylor Mist. I don't know.
Baylor Mist. That would be the greatest thing if that like came out like Baylor Mist. And you're like, dude, I got it. Jeez.
I called it.
I called it. There was no leaks involved in this either. I just guessed.
Exactly.
I'm a prophet.
That'd be funny.
I'm the prophet. And then they include you in GTA 7, the Prophet Elias.
Whoa. I'd love to be like one of those.
They're not going to they don't need you to voice them. They're just going to take your name, but then they're going to have like a some hot young up and coming actor.
That's so funny.
Play you.
It'd be cool. It's funny. One of my goals used to be. I'd want to be, if you remember in 5 and in 4, I wanted to be one of those random strangers that you could do a mission with.
Oh yeah,
and you just have to walk up to them. It'd be so cool to be one of those characters. I don't have to be the main character. I can be one of those strangers.
Just voice.
Yeah, that'd be so much fun. Yeah. But I definitely think they'll probably include a couple of celebrities in the game. Like, I don't think it's going to be like a lot, but I do think it'll be a couple, just because it'll be something to hang their hat on, for Rockstar, and be like, hey, we got such and such in the game or whatever. And so, but we'll see, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm excited.
There's a lot of we're not going to get I don't think we're going to I think anyone out there that is expecting the trailer 1 to have a bunch of stuff in it, I think they're going to be sorely disappointed, because I do think that this is just going to be a vibe. It's just going to show off the city, show off, maybe have a voiceover. We're probably not going to see story beats. We're probably not even going to see gameplay. I don't expect to see gameplay beyond just like the visual representation of the city and stuff. Like maybe a car driving or something, but like full on gameplay, I don't expect to see. What I'm curious about now, though, and where this ultimately is going to go for Grand Theft Auto Online. Does Grand Theft Auto Online get updated, or does Grand Theft Auto Online get a Grand Theft Auto Online 2? Like, I'm curious what Rockstar is going to do with that, because it's going to be a big ask, and I'm sure everyone will. I'm sure plenty of people will make the jump anyways. But I feel like it's a tall order with how much investment GTA Online had, and asked for it from players, from spending massive amounts of money, spending massive amount of time. I think it's a big ask to be like, all right, we're getting rid of GTA Online. Everybody come over to GTA Online 2. Like, I mean,
that is
Overwatch did it, so I guess for better or worse. True. People fucking still hate that, but but that failed because, it didn't fail, but like that was a whole nother problem. But like I think GTA Online is a different situation because of just how much money GTA Online generates. Yeah. That, I don't know. I find it hard to imagine that Rockstar is going to make a completely new GTA Online experience. And I see them more updating. Like, now you can play in San Andreas and you can be in Vice City, pick a map. But also, like, if they're updating the engine and stuff, what does that ultimately look like? Because if they're using a completely new engine and stuff like that for GTA 6, which they probably are, right?
I think so, yeah.
Like, they have to be, because like if it still looks like GTA from 10 years ago, people are gonna be like, the fuck? What happened? Yeah. Like, because like even like freaking Red Dead Redemption looks leaps and bounds better than GTA 5 does. Better. So it's gonna be interesting, like, because I'm interested in your thoughts on that. Like, do you see like a GTA Online 2, or do you think they just stick to GTA Online and go, hey, GTA 6 just single player? If you want to play online, you still have GTA Online. We'll have updates and themes that are based around GTA 6, but it's not going to be a full on like upgrade like you get out of GTA 6.
Man, I think I feel like what's going to happen is it's been over 10 years now since 5, and then the whole online stuff. Man, I have a feeling they're going to make a GTA Online 2 and then just like try to get people to kind of move over to that, because I think that there's too much potential and too much money for them to miss out on to That's not true. Have an online for 6. And so I want to say I could see them doing something to where maybe they just upgrade and move stuff over, or they have the ability to be like, well, hey, you can be in Vinewood, or you can be in San Andreas, and you can also be in Vice City. But I have a feeling, I think it's just going to transition. I think what'll probably happen is they'll make another online stuff, and they'll be like, hey, for San Andreas, all that's still online. If you still want it, it's still up, but just know that there's also this now. This is new. And they'll keep it up for a little bit, and then maybe eventually they'll get to the point where like, once Vice City, the online community for that is like big booming, they'll eventually be like, hey, we're going to shut down everything in San Andreas and focus everything on that. Because I'm pretty sure if they were to go, GTA 6 comes out and then they were just to go like, hey, we're going to shut down this online, people would be upset because of how much stuff they have over there. Yeah. I think they're going to slowly wean them off and be like, look at all this stuff. Or maybe I would say maybe they'd allow them to transfer over the funds or whatever for the online, but I kind of feel like they want to make as much money as possible, and they'll be you got to restart.
Again, I feel like that's a tall ask, especially with again, with all the investment, like having to get the specific cars and stuff to do the heist and all the objectives and stuff, or the specific vehicles, and just like, I just feel like it's a tall ask to do. And I'm sure, again, at the end of the day, it's all about money. Like, these are corporations that don't actually give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, hey, we're going to find a way to get money. So you're right on that. Like, they're going to most likely try to wean people over and bring people over. I think, like, if Rockstar is smart, they'll have incentives. Like, if you have this vehicle, you get a version of that over in this or whatever, or you get like, if you have $2 billion for every $3 million you have in GTA Online 1, you get 500,000 over in GTA Online 2 or something, like making like a correlation or something to make it work. So you can convince people, oh, let's go over here. And then you charge them off the wazoo again for the next 10 years. Like,
exactly. No,
like,
definitely.
Because like, if you have an incentive like that, that will make people want to invest. I think that was the problem with Overwatch, with the transition over to Overwatch 2. They didn't really give you an incentive. And
Very true.
Then they just shut it down without.
Exactly.
So, hopefully Rockstar doesn't do that, but
I hope not. I think they'll try to give some sort of incentive to get people over. And I think people will just naturally want to come over just because they're excited for the game and all the new things that you can do. Yeah. And I think people will have kind of like FOMO, where that fear of missing out. And I think they'll want to be part of that new, area that, it's shiny, it's new and stuff. And so I think that's going to happen, and eventually, slowly but surely, the same way I could be wrong, but the same way that like the servers for Grand Theft Auto 4 online, didn't they get like, they stopped kind of working on that, and I don't know if they're still
up,
but
the GTA 4 online stuff never reached the scale of GTA Online.
True.
At least from what I remember, like I've other than a handful of times of dipping into online play for GTA 4 and GTA 5, like I've never spent any sort of significant amount of time in either one of them, so I couldn't tell you. I think in GTA 4, the only reason I ever did anything online was so I could get achievements.
Yeah. So. And then I think they also had more like game modes into the way of like what is it, like teams versus teams, and they did have a little bit of open world, but it was mostly focused on like certain game modes, whereas 5 was more like open world.
Open world, you go to this certain point to start a game and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to do the open world stuff to get prepared for heists and stuff whenever they got heists. That's the other thing too. Like, if you remember, GTA Online came out like a year after GTA 5 released, because like they were just working, and then there was like nothing to really do in GTA Online for the first couple of months, and people were upset about it, and then they slowly started doing that, and it's just gonna suck because that's probably gonna happen again. Like with GTA Online 2, they'll release it and then they'll be like, there's nothing to do, and everybody will complain about it, and then over time people will find stuff to do. So yeah, I'm curious. I'm interested in seeing what GTA Online is going to look like, what that landscape's going to look like. I fully expect like no pixel roleplay server is still going to be popular. Like, I fully expect that, because like people love the GTA roleplay. Like, even I like the GTA roleplay. There's a couple of streamers that I like watching with their GTA roleplay stuff. So I think the roleplay community is still going to be hot for GTA. I don't see that going away at all. I think that's going to be the fun aspect too, just seeing like what wild shit people are going to do for that side of the field for online play.
Definitely.
my final question.
Uh-huh.
If they throw a curveball,
Okay.
if they throw a curveball and thought it was like, you guys thought we were going to be in Vice City? No, we're going to be in London, or we're going to be in Madrid,
Whoa.
or we're going to be somewhere in Italy or Greece, or, you know, like if you could pick any city in the world to model a GTA game after, like what city would you want to be? Like, you get what I'm saying? I hope that made sense.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because Liberty City's modeled after New York.
Yeah.
San Andreas is modeled after California, Los Angeles, that whole state.
Orange County area.
Vice City's modeled after Miami, Florida. The only like interesting cities would definitely be, I think it would be across the waters. I think what would be cool is maybe they could model it because they couldn't do the size because I don't think it'd be that big. London would be cool. I would say definitely maybe like Madrid, Barcelona, Spain would be cool. The next city that comes to mind would definitely be like maybe like a Tokyo, like a Japan. I think that would be cool. Even though I don't think that map would be big at all, but it's just because the island's not like super huge
with stuff though.
It would be. A
lot of there's for people who've never been to Tokyo, they pack a lot of stuff in a small amount of space.
Yeah, they do. The other city that comes to mind would be like maybe like a Chicago. I think it's like Chicago's a very interesting looking city. I think that would be cool.
I feel like Chicago would be. I'm probably gonna get people are gonna come at me with pitchforks for saying this. I feel like Chicago and New York have too much of a similar vibe.
I could see that. I think what's cool about Chicago is like when you get to like the main city, it almost feels like it's not even because from what I remember from visiting, it kind of feels like it's almost like secluded and cut off from the rest of like the suburban areas.
Yeah, the suburbs.
And like suburbs and stuff. And like the city, it is kind of like a mini New York somewhat. But I think it has interesting areas.
Man,
I think mostly, like Tokyo would be cool. London, Spain, something like that.
Yeah, I got one for you, man.
What's that?
This is gonna be hot if they do it. People are gonna love it. Good old Little Rock, Arkansas, baby.
Oh my God,
Little Rock, Arkansas. Could you imagine?
No. Oh my God.
Someone at Rockstar was just like, yeah, we're gonna make this city model off of Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh my gosh,
lovely.
Boring.
Nobody says anything about America. Well, I feel like GTA is like a lot of it is commentary on the U.S. So I feel like it would have to be a U.S. city, maybe like Austin, Texas, or Dallas. But even then, like they're both so boring. I'm sorry. Dallas is boring. I don't like Dallas. It's also just like not a really landscape wise. And this is going against, I'm talking shit about Texas now. I'm sorry, y'all. There's like not really a dynamic sort of environment in Dallas or in Austin. Maybe they can make it work. Who knows? But like, you know what would be cool? And they already sort of did it with Red Dead Redemption.
What's that?
What the fuck? Louisiana. New Orleans.
Oh, Louisiana? Oh, New Orleans. Yeah,
they already sort of did that with Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
But expanding out a little bit more, because like New Orleans is a very unique sort of vibe to it that I think it's, in my opinion, one of the more unique cities in the United States in terms of culture compared to other areas, especially compared to like California and compared to like a Miami. So
I could see that. Yeah,
maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
That definitely has like its interesting looks. I think you might get some of that just because like Vice City, the original Vice City had a little bit of that New Orleans, like with certain missions. Because I remember with there was a character that I forgot her name. Was it Auntie Paulette? I think where like when you got to one side of the city, this it was a Haitian woman that she had kind of like they were playing on the stereotype, if you remember, of like voodoo and stuff. And like,
do you voodoo? That's
exactly.
That's a Dead Island thing there. I said Dead Space, but it's Dead Island. Do you remember that song, Who Do You Voodoo?
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. But there was Island. But that there was that character she had like a little house that you would visit, and she'd give you missions for, like, I can't remember what the gangs in Vice City were called. It wasn't Yardies. That was 3. But like there was certain gangs or whatever, and so it kind of had that influence a little bit, just because it had that. But maybe you'll get that in like 6 again, because I'm pretty sure maybe they'll bring back the gangs, because I can't remember if Liberty City had. Well, Liberty City was more like mafia and stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah,
it'll be interesting to see. Again, I think there's a lot of directions. You know, we're going to find out a little bit more, and we'll find out a little bit more with each trailer. Again, I think Rockstar, they're geniuses. They know the folks, like their marketing team they know like people are hyped about this game, and they're going to milk this like marketing campaign for the next year. Because like, I don't think GTA is going to be coming out anytime soon. Maybe at the end of 2024. I'm honestly thinking probably 2025. Is my expectation. I think over the next year, we're going to get trailers. We're going to get multiple trailers. And then they're going to be like, trailer 6, release date, September, blah, 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 2025. And everybody's going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's so far away.
Definitely.
Like, because I cannot imagine them revealing a release date in this first trailer.
No, definitely not. I want people to know going into this trailer when it comes out on Tuesday that there will be no release date. Yeah. I don't predict there being. Also, even though they're releasing a trailer now, I promise you they are still working on the game and polishing the game to make sure that it's smooth. Yeah. And so more than anything, what I expect is that they are still in the beginning stages of the ending stages. They are still in the beginning. Like they probably have like a good amount done, but I promise you, with the amount of time it's been, they're probably still polishing that like video game up. Like, I predict if we're lucky, it comes out late at the end of next year or the middle of the following year. Or if we're even that lucky, maybe even the end of that following year. Yeah. Just because this is what I was going to say too. I want people to also know that when this game comes out, we waited 10 plus years, get ready to wait another 20 plus years before they even think about working on another one. Just because of how big this game is going to be and stuff.
Who knows, man? Maybe they'll release it. And then like a year later, hey y'all, we got GTA, Little Rock, Arkansas edition.
That'd be funny. But yeah, I think with how big this game is going to be honest, that'd be crazy if it took another 20 years. We'd be in like our 50s. Holy crap.
I'll be dead, dude.
No, you won't be. But no, yeah, I don't expect this game to come out, like I said, if we're lucky, the end of next year.
If we're lucky, there's no way it's coming out in 2024. I hope we're wrong. I hope we're saying all this and like
I know,
Monday,
right?
Or Tuesday, they're gonna be like coming out July 2024.
Whoa, that'd be crazy.
Would it be even wild if they like released it and you're like, haha, guess what, guys? It dropped today.
Gee, the internet would break.
Yeah, literally. Nobody would be like, people like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
that's not going to happen.
But no, definitely not. I think they're going to be smart. They're going to release a bunch of trailers. They're smart with doing it in December and then slowly rolling out the more trailers. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Beginning of next year, middle of next year. Yeah.
Do you think they're going to have an app again like they did with GTA 5? Do you remember like you could get an app to like?
Oh, you could? I don't remember that.
Do you remember that? Yeah, it was GTA 5 phone. It was like it was iFruits. You could get the iFruit app on your phone and crap. And and you could like see how much money you had and stuff like that, and customize like your online character and stuff through it and all this other crap. I don't remember. Do you remember that? It didn't last long. I don't remember people actually ever using it, to be honest. So yeah, but like people had like the companion app thing. So yeah, it was wild.
No, yeah,
wild times.
Wild times. Maybe they will. Maybe they will try to introduce something like that. But maybe it'll be for like. Well, I don't know if they'll do it before, because I was gonna say maybe it's for the online stuff, but I don't think they'll have online ready for when the main game comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so they're like iFruit thing. You could change like your Franklin's car and stuff like that, and they had all that stuff. You could change your license plates and stuff like that. They had Chop the dog stuff too. You remember Chop?
Yeah.
So
oh my god, it's so crazy.
It's wild, dude.
Very, very wild.
I don't know why this is something I can remember about this stupid game. God. It's probably because I had it on my phone at some point. Probably. It's no longer available. You can't download it anymore, so don't even try. But they're also, I don't know if you saw, I don't know if it was this week or last week. They're like consolidating like their social stuff for GTA 5. Because do you remember GTA 5 had its own like social website thing?
Yeah.
Now it's like included. It's now being integrated into like the app, the GTA app stuff. So it doesn't have its own little thing anymore. And all this other stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So like they're like merging things together and everything, which is smart because did you ever actually use any of that stuff?
No, I didn't. I never used it.
Even when you were at the height of playing it and stuff, you never
used
the social nonsense and all that crap.
No, because when I was playing it, I was so focused just on like the single player experience that I actually didn't really do too much online. I didn't like. My thing, I think I didn't understand the aspect of doing online stuff with other people when it's set in the same city, when I could do all that stuff by myself. Yeah. And so I was just like,
you didn't want to.
I want to enjoy this.
You didn't want to. You sound like me.
Yeah. I think what it was is like I didn't like the idea of doing something and then randomly people just coming and killing me. I experienced that. In GTA 4 when I would just be driving and then somebody would be in an attack helicopter and just shoot people, and I'd be like, I don't like this. I was like, I want to just be able to run around and do my own thing. Unless maybe if I were to play with someone like you or like our friend Ron or somebody like that, if I could do that, then that's different. But having random people have the ability to just randomly blow up like my cars and stuff, I don't like that idea.
I got this for you, man. When GTA 6 online stuff comes out and the RP servers and stuff transition over to GTA Online, you get on an RP server, and you and I we create characters, and then we just we take over. We become the biggest RPs. We become the biggest GTA RPs. That's all we do. Like, respawn, please. We're just GTA role players now. We're not doing this podcast anymore. We do the podcast inside GTA Online.
We're sitting somewhere and it's us in a studio recording. It's within. It's oh my god, it'd be so meta.
Yeah, dude, that's my idea. Bam, someone's gonna take it from us. I'm sure someone probably already does this. I'm sure there's probably someone that already had that same idea. But that's what we need to do. Anyways, is there any other things you want to talk about with GTA L?
No, I'm excited. I'm just keeping my expectations down because I think, of course, what's going to happen is people just hype it up so much that they as soon as it come out, because they overhype it, they're like, this is not good. I'm just like, it's Grand Theft Auto. Don't expect anything like super crazy or whatever, because it's like at a certain point you kind of like. People are like have these fast and furious expectations of stuff they should be able to do, and like I'm pretty sure there'll be a couple of those things. But
no matter what happens, when over the next year, people are going to complain about everything. This first trailer is going to come out, and there's going to be people going, "Why didn't they show this and this? This game looks awful. This game looks like shit." Blah. And it's going to be like, get the fuck over yourself, guys, because And that's going to be a case for every single trailer that Rockstar drops. So of course, there are going to be people who are going to blow the game up and get hyped and be like, "This is the best thing ever." And then you're of course going to have the detractors. And then the game's going to come out, and of course, you're going to go through the whole rigmarole again. And just because of like how high profile GTA is, like this is GTA is probably the one of the biggest, like most brand recognized video games, right? Outside of like Nintendo specific games, GTA, like you could ask anybody anybody that doesn't really play video games, they probably know about Grand Theft Auto, right? They probably are like, oh yeah, my friend plays that, or my kids play that, or whatever. Like, I feel like GTA and then Nintendo games are the only ones that really have that sort of huge space. Maybe Fortnite, but like, and maybe Call of Duty at most. But like, GTA is up there as being a game that even non-gamers, people that don't play games, know what GTA is. So I think no matter what happens, over the next year, and when get game release, you're going to have people that are going to be idiots and say off the wall shit. both hyping it up and detracting it, because like that's just people just like to do that for some reason. So
exactly, I get that. We'll see. So everybody get ready.
People did that with the hot game Redfall, man. Like Redfall is a perfect 10 out of 10 game, dude. There was nothing wrong with that game. People are just idiots.
That's hilarious. But everybody get ready for the whole cycle. It's beginning again.
Yeah.
So just get ready.
It'll be a fun cycle. And like, again, the marketing team with Rockstar knows what they're doing. They know that they can milk this out and people are going to eat it up. Because like, even Very like true. Within the first, like their tweet within the first like hour or whatever, I want to say, like had reached like 1 million views or whatever. Like within the first hour of it being up. And like, that's obviously crazy. Some of those views were probably bots and stuff, but still like, it was like, it quickly like made traction, people going crazy about it and stuff like that. So, you know, it's GTA. People are going to be hyped about it. Me, I don't give a fuck. I hate this game. I can't wait till we don't have to talk about it again.
That's hilarious.
I hope like GTA, I hope the trailer comes out and it's going to show us a bunch of stuff. And then at the end, it's going to go, you guys are all idiots. There's no GTA 6. Get fucked. And that's
wow. Dang. People would get their pitchforks and get those fires lit.
It goes into a new game. This is the real game. And it opens up. Okay, picture this. It opens up. And you see red. You see yellow. You see blue.
Red, yellow,
and it slowly pans up the legs. And it reveals Rockstar presents Teletubbies.
Oh my god. New Teletubbies.
I guarantee you that would still sell so much because people would be like, it's Rockstar, so it's got to be good, right?
That's hilarious.
Teletubbies, the most terrifying thing in the world. Like, why did people like Teletubbies? That shit was scary as hell. It still terrifies me. But GTA, like Rockstar Teletubbies, people would love it. People would eat it up. That's all they need.
That'd be funny.
Is there a blue Teletubby?
There's probably a mod out there.
Yeah, to make everybody Teletubbies. Yeah. But I see that happening. You know.
That'd be so funny.
It'd be even better if like, hey, you know what? Nothing can beat the Teletubbies. So
hilarious.
Is Teletubbies still a thing? Do people still watch that shit?
I don't know. I think they still do. I don't know if it's still on. It might still be going, but
yeah. Anyways, let's wind this stream down since now we're on to Teletubbies. Probably a good sign.
Teletubbies.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
In this shit.
Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in to the 56th episode.
Is it 56? Isn't it 55?
I might be. Is it 55?
I don't know. Here, I'm gonna go check.
55th. The 55th episode of Respawn Please podcast, we think. You can always watch the video version of the podcast available on our YouTube at Respawn Please podcast. Just type that in at the YouTube search and we'll pop up right there. Make sure to subscribe.
It's 55.
Oh, 55. Nice. Okay, the 55th episode. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of future videos. Also, you can also listen to the podcast on the go, everywhere you get podcasts, wherever you get them. Just search Respawn Please podcast. It's on there. And then make sure to follow us on social media at Respawn Please Podcast for Instagram and TikTok. And other than that, thanks so much for tuning in.
Bye. Thanks for joining.
I'm like a little gremlin.
Bye.
Bye.